fire. That girl she is fucking good. She's mean. She's nasty.
So I want that challenge. I want that hard fight. I want to have to brawl and bang. And I'm ready for that.
The drama surrounding Dakota Ditcheva is one of the most misunderstood stories in modern women's MMA, and it only looks simple if you refuse to look closely. On the surface, people see blonde hair, pink shorts, a Barbie aesthetic, and fast knockouts. They assume hype. They assume protection. They assume easy matchups. What they fail to see is how deliberate, how technical, and how ruthless the rise actually was. Because Dakota Ditcheva was never just winning fights. She was dismantling narratives. From the very beginning, the striking stood out. Not just power, but structure, distance control, timing that felt cruel. Fighting out of Manchester, England, weighing in at 126 pounds with an undefeated record, Dakota didn't overwhelm opponents with chaos. She beat them with clarity. One right hand, one clean connection, and it was over. Again and again, elite fighters stepped in thinking they had found an easy payday. They saw the look and ignored the intent. Every single one of them ended up in the same place, flat on the canvas, wondering what went wrong. The reactions were predictable. Praise turned into suspicion. Knockouts became fake. Opponents became hand-picked. And eventually, someone decided it was time to expose what they believed was a fraud. That moment came in Nashville, and for the first time, the doubters thought they were right. For 90 seconds, Dakota was on her back with a jiu-jitsu black belt on top of her, eating shots, pinned where strikers are supposed to panic. This was the clip critics had been waiting for. The moment they could finally say the hype was over. But the truth is, this story didn't start in Nashville. It started much earlier, long before the noise got loud. Back in November 2022 at Madison Square Garden, Dakota was still largely unknown despite her undefeated record. Her opponent that night came in undefeated as well, confident, vocal, and eager to prove that Dakota had never been tested. From the opening seconds, there was tension. No glove touch. No courtesy. Dakota worked her range calmly, mixing front kicks, knees, and movement while her opponent rushed forward. And then, just before the round ended, Dakota saw the opening. One right hand landed clean. The body went stiff. The dream ended in under 5 minutes. That wasn't luck. That was recognition. As her profile grew, so did the scrutiny. In early 2023, during the Professional Fighters League Europe quarterfinals, she faced a Swedish grappler who came in with a simple plan. Take her down. Expose the striker. Make her uncomfortable. The takedown worked, briefly. Dakota was on the ground. The critics leaned forward. And then something happened that didn't fit the script. Dakota didn't panic. She reversed position, took the back, and locked in a rear naked choke. The striker submitted the grappler. The explanation immediately followed. The opponent wasn't elite. The excuses moved on. Next came the semi-final, a submission specialist known for breaking opponents down over time. The strategy this time was patience. Survive early. Let the striker fade. Take over late. From the opening bell, Dakota defended takedowns, punished the body with knees, and stayed composed. By the third round, the moment everyone predicted her to collapse, she accelerated. A perfectly placed liver shot dropped her opponent. The follow-up ended it. Instead of fading, she finished stronger. Another plan failed. The finals came in Dublin later that year. Pressure. A title. History. Dakota faced a relentless brawler who tried to intimidate her at the face-off and overwhelm her in the cage. Dakota smiled. She countered. She clinched. She punished the body and head with precision. By the end of the round, the damage was undeniable. The doctor stepped in. The fight was over. Dakota became the first British female to win the PFL Europe Championship. Europe was conquered. And still, the noise didn't stop. When Dakota crossed into the American season in 2024, none of her European success mattered anymore. New market, new critics, new stakes. Her debut lasted just over 3 minutes. A thunderous right hand dropped a veteran. Knees followed. A brutal body shot ended it. Dakota didn't celebrate. She signaled the message clearly. This wasn't luck. This wasn't protection. But one fighter refused to be quiet. A jiu-jitsu black belt watched every fight and convinced herself she had found the answer. She said the opponents were weak. She said she would expose the truth. In August 2024, in Nashville, she got her chance. Early in the fight, she executed her plan perfectly. She took Dakota down. She controlled position. She landed shots. For over a minute, Dakota absorbed pressure. The crowd shifted. The commentary changed. This was the moment everyone predicted. Then Dakota stood up. With 90 seconds left in the round, she closed distance and fired a knee straight up the middle. It landed flush. The black belt crumpled. Dakota waved her opponent back to her feet. A front kick. A straight right. Another collapse. The referee stepped in. The fight was over. The narrative died right there on the canvas. That was the moment everything changed. Dakota didn't just win. She answered every accusation in one round. She showed she could survive, adapt, and finish under pressure. She silenced the tomato can talk. She dismantled the idea that her success was manufactured. At just 27 years old, she stood undefeated, a PFL champion, a tournament winner, with double-digit knockouts and a skill set that continues to evolve. This isn't a story about aesthetics. It's about misjudgment. About what happens when people underestimate discipline because it looks joyful, or confidence because it looks relaxed. Dakota Ditcheva isn't winning because she's protected. She's winning because she's prepared. She's learning. She's adding layers. The striker learned to submit grapplers. The finisher learned to survive bad positions. The prospect learned how to weaponize pressure. And that's the part that should scare everyone else. Because Dakota Ditcheva isn't finished growing. She isn't plateauing. She isn't slowing down. She's still improving. Still sharpening. Still knocking down anyone who mistakes her look for weakness. That kiss she blows before the fight isn't affection. It's a warning. A signal that something is about to end. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Dakota Ditcheva has already proven she's the most dangerous woman in the PFL? Or do you believe her best chapters haven't been written yet? Drop your thoughts below, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay locked in. This story is far from over.